Welcome back to our channel, the fastest, most complete and most dramatic update of all the exciting developments surrounding the movie Beyond the Gates. If you are a fan of complicated family stories, dark conspiracies and shocking secrets hidden behind the luxurious appearance of the upper class, then don't take your eyes off the screen. Because right after this, we will bring you a shocking, dramatic and shocking episode about what is happening inside the Dupree family, where truth, lies, ambition and crime always go hand in hand, intertwined like a maze with no way out. Over the years, Anita has always considered herself to be the one who understands every corner of the Dupree family. She is an experienced, shrewd woman, always following every step of her relatives, every plot that takes place behind the closed doors of the most luxurious villa in the city. But everything she thought she knew turned out to be just the tip of a giant iceberg. A horrifying truth was hidden. A shocking secret that Vernon himself, the man who seemed to be just a faint shadow in the family, was the one who held it and decided to expose it all at a time no one expected. Anita never thought that one day, she would have to face the truth that made her heart stop beating, causing memories that seemed to have been neatly put away in the past to be painfully stirred up. That night, in the large, silent villa in the middle of a secluded plot of land surrounded by rows of ancient trees, when darkness covered every corner, when the cold wind blew through the old windows creating a creepy sound, Vernon suddenly entered her study. His eyes flashed with a terrifying coldness, completely different from his usual calm appearance. And with just a few short sentences, Vernon made Anita's entire world collapse completely. He revealed, in a low, cold voice like a knife cutting into the heart, that Martin's death was not as simple as everyone had believed all this time. Martin, the most powerful man in the Dupree family, the pillar of the empire, the man praised as a symbol of wealth and ambition, did not die in an unexpected accident as the press reported or the police concluded. The truth was much more horrifying. Behind the death was a ruthless plot, a plan carefully calculated down to the last detail to turn a cold-blooded murder into an accident that seemed impossible to investigate further. Anita was stunned. Every cell in her body seemed to freeze as Vernon's words echoed throughout the large room. She quietly listened to each detail, each piece of the puzzle of truth gradually revealed, her heart filled with a feeling of utter shock. Vernon did not just talk, he presented undeniable evidence, details that only the insiders, only those present at the scene would know clearly. He told of that fateful night, of the hidden calculations in the dark, of the betrayal disguised as loyalty, and of how the killer manipulated everything to deceive the police, the family, and even the media. Martin was not only a victim of cruel fate but also the target of hidden enemies. It was his greed, coldness and habit of oppressing others that made him accumulate so much hatred. And when the opportunity came, those in the dark did not hesitate to kill Martin in the most brutal way. Vernon said that night, Martin left the villa with a worried face. He knew he was being threatened but did not expect the murderer to be so close, right in his circle of most trusted people. When Martin fell, blood stained the cold ground. His eyes were still wide open, full of surprise and horror at being betrayed by the person he once trusted the most. Anita recalled everything, each memory seemed to slow down in her mind. Martin's strange expressions before he died, the ambiguous words of those around him, the shady actions that she had previously thought were just baseless suspicions. But now, everything makes sense, everything leads to the same horrifying conclusion: Martin was murdered, and the murder was meticulously staged to look like a perfect accident. Vernon, in a sharp voice, continued to paint the whole picture of that dark conspiracy. He did not immediately reveal the identity of the killer, but left Anita to drown in a sea of doubt, in a tangled memory, to let her piece together all the clues herself. She thought of Haley, the young girl who was always hungry for power, willing to do anything to enter the center of the Dupree family. She thought of Bill, the man who was filled with hatred for being pushed to the limit by Martin. She even thought of Vernon, the man standing in front of her, knowing too many secrets, holding information that could destroy the entire family, but still acting as if it was all just a game. But the truth that Vernon revealed later shocked Anita even more. The murderer was none other than the closest person, the person Martin had placed absolute trust in, the person who was always by his side, always appearing loyal and devoted. but in fact had harbored hatred for many years, waiting for the opportunity to mercilessly kill Martin. That person's name rang out like a thunderclap over Anita's head, making her dizzy. Her whole body trembling, her heart feeling like it was being squeezed. She couldn't believe her ears, couldn't believe that all this time, she had lived with the murderer, talked, ate, and even protected him many times without knowing it. Vernon continued to tell, each detail he revealed was like a knife cutting deep into her heart, how he meticulously planned, how he took advantage of people's trust, how he manipulated the scene and misled the investigation. Every word Vernon said was like a slap in the face to Anita, waking her up from her naive illusions about the Dupree family. Anita understood that once this truth was revealed, everything would collapse. The Dupree family would no longer be a symbol of wealth and power but would become the center of scandal, of public contempt. But she also knew that she couldn't let the crime be hidden for another moment. She vowed to expose everything, to bring the murderer to light, no matter how great the price. No matter how broken the Dupree family, no matter how deeply hurt she herself had to face. Anita had no way back. The false mask had been stripped away, the darkest secrets had been brought to light. And a terrible storm was waiting to sweep through the Dupree family, sweeping away all the glamorous layers to expose the rotten, cruel and cold nature of those who lived in it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next dramatic and attractive episodes of Beyond the Gates that we continuously update on the channel.